Last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had made their way to the city of Umber, attempting to kind of diagnose some of the interests that they found. There's been various bits of information dropped here and there. They visited a hospital with several comatose, almost vampire adjacent patients. They found a vampire bat and a handler, question mark, who seemed to have been capturing people for some unknown reason, and just trying to piece things together. Vestelle found a bit more information, and specifically about her past and her family, and the rest of you have just been attacked in the streets. As it approaches later in the evening, the sun has gone down, and a figure that Artemis seemed to recognize and shouted up at had appeared in their lives before very promptly and just as suddenly disappearing. As you guys now find yourselves on the streets, I don't believe any commoners have actually died. No, that's not true. One of them did.
I was about to say, I think there was a couple that got at least stabbed.
No, it was just one. Yeah.
I will help the shit out of that guy.
Oh, he's dead.
Dying. I will help his dead body as he's dying. And I'm dying.
He's already dead.
I will crouch by his dead body.
Vaerun, as you kind of lean over his body, you can give me a medicine check.
Oh boy.
1, you can confirm that 100% he is dead and non-recoverable, unless you wish to use a spell slot to try and use Revivify on him.
Oh?
But glancing down at him, you can see that the body is unfortunately very much destroyed. The lower abdomen has been ripped open, a portion of the actual upper chest is just missing. And one of their arms is no longer attached. They don't look like they would enjoy coming back, to say the very least.
Yeah, and based off my knowledge, I'm like, shit.
I can fix him.
You see the goblin who had a club in his hands, kind of like, all right, where's the fight? Next fight. All right? Is there more? Yeah? There's more, right? Oh,
no, I should certainly. I hope not. You might want to relax.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hyped up on adrenaline, bro. And you see him like shudder, and in that moment just fall over backwards and pass out.
And yep, that's how. Yep.
I check on him quickly, make sure he's not. Something didn't happen.
Give me a medicine check. He'll be fine.
Right.
He's just passed out from shock, most likely. But glancing around at the once corporeal bodies of these creatures, you see now that they're slowly kind of dissolving into this weird purplish gray goo.
So, the turn to Artemis. What exactly was all this?
I kind of look over to the kind of dissolving bodies, kind of glance back to where we saw the individual. Unfortunately, it would seem as though the person I saw on the first day or so of us being here was in fact not a hallucination.
Mm-hmm.
As that would be someone named Amaris.
Who is he?
Yeah, I guess you could say he used to be my brother.
Used to be.
Blood brother?
Yep. Though at this rate, I would imagine that he's too far gone to really be considered that.
Far gone.
Well, either he's gone completely mad and is constantly summoning creatures like this wherever he pleases for whatever purpose, or his mind has been taken over by something and is doing it of that creature's will as opposed to his own. Either way, he's not my brother anymore.
This is an unexpected development.
Do you have any interest in finding him while we're here?
I mean, I'd like to, but it didn't seem like when he disappeared that seemed more like a teleport or anything like that, or like a portal.
Give me an Arcana check.
Sure. Arcana. The big +0. 16.
Anybody else who saw it can do one as well. But Artemis,
Yeah, sure.
it didn't seem like an
No
intended.
fucking road.
It didn't seem like an intended teleport.
When
It almost felt as if he was pulled and just straight up yoinked out of this existence.
Though it would seem that whenever he left, he was almost pulled away from here.
Hmm.
I mean, he could very easily still be here. He could also just be elsewhere. I don't know. Unsettling either way, but he is a danger, pretty much to really anyone who's not familiar with the magic that he implores. Actually, well, he's the reason why I kind of summon my blades, kind of throw them around before desummoning them. Why I have these, and why my friend that you all met back when we first met, Welna, why she is unable to walk.
Because of him?
Well, I guess you could say because of his actions, maybe not necessarily him, but quite a few years ago actually, about 12, 15 years ago, hard to keep track of them all, but back then I was, I guess you'd say, a courier.
Here.
Kind of left home a lot, did a lot of traveling. My brother never really left home. You know, was kind of got, I guess you could say, lost in a book, lost in many books. Was practicing magic, and I mean, first it seemed fine. It was an outlet for him. I think something that he took pride in, much like how I took pride in my work as a courier. Basically a glorified delivery boy. But when I went back home to visit after a while, it was pretty much leveled. Everything gone.
So you think he... that?
I don't think that he did. I know that he did, considering that Welna was actually apparently in town at the time. Apparently was investigating something under orders from the Watchers. And, well, she went there, and I guess whatever it was that he summoned was too great for even her. And from what I can assume, he effectively leveled the city, destroyed everything and everyone, and nearly killed Welna. I mean, paralyzed her and whatnot. And I got there, and, well, Welna was the only one alive. Everything else was gone, pretty much. My parents owned a little tavern there. Dad was the, I guess, the guy who kind of just ran everything, and my mother was the person who ran everything. My father was a guard. Tavern was gone. The walls where my father would have kept watch toppled, and well, no signs of life, just rubble, fire, and corpses.
I'm sorry.
Safer. Well, no.
Sorry to hear that.
Well.
I'm here, my man.
As you guys are in the middle of this, listening to Artemis kind of discuss these things, you see a small group of guards beginning to run up, as well as some of the civilians that had kind of dispersed previously, gathering at the edge of the square, just glancing towards all of you. One of the guards kind of runs up, someone unfamiliar. He looks up all around at all of you. Oh, what the hell happened here? You guys alright?
Just barely.
Could be better.
What the fuck? Someone said that there were like flying brains with tentacles.
Yeah.
I think some of them ended up over there if they haven't just faded into nothing.
So you can see there are a few here and there.
He kind of kneels beside the pile of goop beside some of you. Is this them?
What's
It
left?
was,
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. You! He kind of runs up, kind of points to one of his other guards. See if you can contact the man. Sorry, boss. Who the fuck is the man? The guy, the contact. Fuck, what was it? What was his name? God damn it. Was it Xylette? Yes, Xylette. That's the one. She's a woman, so. Whatever. Fuck you. Go. You, Artemis, would know the name Xylette, as he says it. As she is a fellow hunter that you are aware of.
How do you spell that?
Xylette. Z-Y-L-E-T.
Okay, that's what I wrote down. I just wanted to make sure. Well, I guess you'll be in good hands with her then.
You know her?
Yeah, we're part of the same group.
I
was actually passing by.
He glances at your hat. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Kind of pats himself down. That'll save us the issue of actually talking to you guys and going through the paperwork of processing, 6 mercs.
Yeah, I mean, I can... Unfortunately, my area of expertise is done here. I'm more of an enforcer than anything. She'll be able to help you more precisely with kind of protecting the place and whatnot.
Okay.
What?
I can hear everything you're doing.
You can?
Yes.
Yes!
My brother, either mute your mic or get a better noise suppressor.
I'm just here in the kitchen and you guys getting mad?
I can hear.
No, we're not
A
getting mad.
microwave?
It's just a microwave and like dishes clanking.
It's my air fryer, guys, actually. You guys should get one.
Clearly, he owns an air fryer.
Clearly, he's a fucking air fryer. But yeah, he kind of looks around. I do need a statement just to make sure, you know, all the shit that went down. At least we have someone's statement on it. Is that a dead guy?
Yeah, unfortunately, he was a little slow on the draw when it came to running. They were surrounding us, so it was a little hard to get everyone alerted and out of the area.
Kind of looks around, does an assessment of the situation. Well, at least you were around to help with it, I suppose.
There should
Yeah.
be some other victims that could corroborate the events.
Oh yeah, a bunch of the civvies came and got us. So Alright. Just a statement from each of you, please, or just one as a group would be fine. Takes out a notepad.
We were just walking, going back to our place to stay,
Mm-hmm.
when we were ambushed by these creatures.
Ambushed how?
Well, it's like they teleported out of nowhere.
They teleported in kind of like portals, right? Like shimmery, purplish thingies.
Yeah, I'm no magic caster, wizard, or anything like that, but I think it's a portal. Maybe something. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we've had similar reports before. That's the reason why Xylado's here. Okay. Alright. What happened next?
Well, what else could we do but fight them off?
Oh,
That was pretty much the end of it. It started about as quick as it ended. They came out, we fought what we could, and they left.
anything identifying about these creatures, like unique? Anything you think it should be important to know? Mention? Like, do they have
I'd
a
say-
signature call, or?
I'd say brains with beaks and tentacles is pretty unique.
Darcy,
There's
maybe
also
you
a
could
brain
do
with
a
a-
quick sketch.
There's also a brain with the legs.
I can handle those real
Brain
quick.
with legs. Okay.
Darcy will just go into his book and sketch out the creatures real quick.
I think some of our
And-
archivists would probably know what these are.
And out of curiosity, you said that Xylet was here. She's not just someone I have to send someone else after.
Nope, she's here in the city.
Oh, curious.
Yeah.
Where, might I ask, just to, I guess, kind of pick her brain about this? If she picked mine.
Sure. I mean, she's saying if you meet us at the station, I'm sure you'll be able to find us there. We can meet up there in a few hours if you want. I'll make sure to grab her.
Sure.
Kind of goes back to, all right. Let's see. Oh, these are ugly fucks. Jeez.
Here you go. Darcy, I'll just hand over the sketches.
I'll take them. Kind of take a look. Do any of you make mention of Amaris?
I'll mention that there was someone seemingly kind of behind this, I guess, off along one of the buildings.
Sorry, someone behind this, as in like they were the ones who summoned it. Them?
I'd imagine so. They were up along one of the buildings. They're kind of point to the one that he's standing on.
On top of these
He
buildings.
seemed-
That doesn't seem easy to get up on. To. Do you have a description for them? Do you know what they look like?
White hair is really the best way to, or really the only feature that we can make out. They seem to be well hidden, but nonetheless up there on the building. And I mean, again, just standing up there watching, they seem to cast a couple spells, and then before we could actually make it up to them, they seem to teleport away in the same vein as these creatures teleported in.
Oh, shit, spellcaster. Okay. Alright. Fuck. Well, this is the second attack like this. Not here in number. The first one didn't happen here.
Or
But
that's the first one up.
let me go to my map of the Lyra. Give me 1 second. He kind of generally gestures around. First one was near Fort Fazina. At least that's what we heard from your friend.
Gotcha.
She was investigating these almost traces that seem to be appearing. Small portals, maybe things that were almost coming in as scouting. And those led into proper, full-on, full-scale attacks like this one. Why here? Why? At all? It doesn't make any sense. What did it seem like the creatures were trying to do?
I kind of looked to everyone else. Didn't seem like they had really much of a goal.
People. They're
Just
trying
kinda
to
kill.
people.
Kill us, kill other people.
Yeah, maybe
They seem to unfortunately succeed on the one fellow over there.
maybe they feed on people. I'm not sure.
Oh, Suppose no answer to that then. You said they appeared around you?
Around this general area.
Do you think this
It
could have been
seemed like-
intended for all of you?
If it was, I don't know why they wouldn't just summon all of them around all of us immediately and just have them focus fire on us. They were actively attacking or going for at least just whoever was near. So
Mhm. And if it was us, they could have attacked us at our stay or when we were sleeping. No reason to attack us during the daytime with people around.
If I had to guess, if they were after us, they were testing the waters.
Testing the waters? You think this might happen again?
With our luck, probably.
Huh. Okay. I think I have enough to work here. Alright. I'm gonna say all of you be careful.
naturally.
Tomorrow morning, if you want to meet up at the station, we'll make sure Xylet's there.
Sounds good.
Shit. What a mess. Go bring some stretchers. He kind of shouts out to his own guards and starts clearing off the area. He starts walking around with his notepad, taking down more notes and kind of details about the surroundings. And kind of leaves you guys to yourself.
Shall we continue this discussion at our temporary home?
I guess we're not leaving anytime soon.
At least get a short rest.
I don't know if I can physically and mentally recover in a short period of time.
Alright. But you wander back to the location you're staying in without too much of an issue. Get into your building with the 3 hammocks underneath and the 3 beds on top, on the top floor, and you find yourselves surrounded in silence, though there still seems to be a palpable tension in the air.
Any questions or concerns?
Yeah, a bit. If that really was targeting us, I feel like I should be concerned.
I don't. To be honest, I don't know why he would be targeting me and in proxy you all. It's not like I've really done much to him. Really anything since, the whole town going missing. This would be the first time I've seen him in a while. So, I don't know.
Maybe you did something really way back when you were still or younger.
I just kind of shrug. I mean, I don't doubt that we had our differences back then, but I guess the only thing really that he had going against me was that he was always a little, envious of me and kind of resented our home state.
Were you guys ever close?
I mean, we were, brothers. We were close when we were really young, but I would say when we were both getting into our teen years, he, I guess, almost reverted into a shell. Didn't really go anywhere. Wasn't really making contact with people. Didn't.
I get that. I get that Moeen thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it though. Like once that happened, that's when he started picking up magic and studying for that. But again, he didn't really do a lot. Just kind of kept studying and proclaiming that he would eventually kind of leave a place like that behind for something greater. I mean, it was a small town. It's not like there was a lot to the area, right? I mean, there's a reason as a courier, it let me kind of see the world for everything it had to offer. But he just didn't like the area, and once we did start getting older, he was a little envious of me. But
Do you think we should be worried for the people of Umber?
I mean, Umber is a big city, so I doubt that he on his own could really do anything to hurt it in the long run. And there's already a watcher stationed here, kind of watching. I don't think there's much that he can do. But I mean, you never know. I've been trying to look into him, but finding one man in a big area like this is a little hard, especially when said man usually stays away from people. So I've not really had much luck in finding him. When we actually got back to the main watcher fort, I was actually going to just do a little research, see if I could find any additional leads on him, but it would seem that they found me instead. So
You think he's connected to any of the ongoings with the vampires in the city?
I mean, I would say the chance is non-zero, but I don't believe so. From the looks of it, it would seem as though whatever's up with him is more otherworldly in nature, whereas the stuff going on here that we were originally looking into seems more tied to undeath.
I mean, you did mention he could be controlled by a different being or a higher power.
Yeah. Like I said, chances are non-zero, but it's a big world. I don't think everything would just be interconnected that closely, but I've seen stranger things, so who knows?
Maybe I'm just worried for the people of Umber, and what if this would be one of many to follow?
I really hope not.
Yeah, I unfortunately can't provide too much more. There's not too much about him that I really am aware of outside of, back when we were younger. Anything that's more recent and newly developed is completely out of my league.
Well, the guard did say that the last attack was at Fort Fazina, right? That is right next to the Tri Point. It is kind of in the Tri Point. So, maybe there's more of a connection than we think, but who am I to say?
That's true.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, if it is, then it's mildly concerning, because I don't mind dealing with otherworldly beings, really. I don't mind dealing with undead either, but when you mix those two together and throw in a powerful mage or other being that is controlling them all, that's when things start to get a little dicey, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's just hope that's not the case.
Yeah, well,
Even better, I hope they're competing against each other.
that would certainly make things a lot easier. But, I mean, I guess we can... Are we wanting to head out tomorrow or the day after tomorrow? What's the current sitting plan?
We have to
Guess we're-
delay our leave just so
Yeah.
we can talk.
But I know we're reaching the end of our stay at this place. I mean, we could just keep staying here longer, pay the guy more. But I guess it's up to you, Artemis, if you want to look into this further.
I suppose
Just
technically
here.
also up to Darcy whether or not he wants to prolong his thing or if he wants to get answers.
Well,
When
well,
we're getting close.
Being faced with that kind of brought everything crashing down even more.
if it's
I
any
think-
consolation, Xylet's here. We can at least.
What consolation to any of this?
Well, she might know something about what's going on with you. At the very least, we can get confirmation that we're on the right track heading to the fort. And if it's not something she can handle, then we can figure out what to do from there. At least if it's the latter, we're not wasting, a week, 2 weeks getting there, only to then have your thing occur, and then it all be all for naught.
Right, just Amaris the second, apparently.
Well, to be fair, I never really saw him doing anything like what you've been going on with, but you know. But at the end of the day,
Everything you've described is everything I'm going through.
well, then I suppose it's a decision that is, I guess, in general up to all of us, but your decision in this matter, I think, weighs a little more than everyone else's in terms of how you want to handle it.
I don't know. 'Cause on one hand, there's every single one of your people apparently being experts on this. And then there's the fact that there was one right next to you that you couldn't do nothing about. You have all this confidence in everything that you do. But then there's that.
At this rate, my confidence is all I have left. Without it, I'd have been dead 15 years ago. And right now, it's the only way that I have to at least put my parents and my people's souls at rest. And it's also the only lead that you've got in your issue.
I'm going to bed. I'm actually able to.
Alright. Darcy, you head into one of the beds and just curl up. What about the rest of you?
Get some rest.
This place is just getting worse and worse by the day.
How many days left do we have here?
I paid for an
Like
entire
2.
week.
I think we got like 2 left.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was like 2, because we were thinking about leaving a day early, was the original plan.
You guys got until the 23rd.
So yeah, 2 days.
First it's vampire victims, then it's alien things. The city
There's a
kind of
little world we
sucks.
live in, eh? Oh,
Oh boy.
last time I was here, it wasn't too bad. The only real issues that they had going on was your typical mugging or robbery, and that was pretty much the highlight of drama. Oh, I would say I preferred it that way, but
At least those are easy to deal with.
Well, everything's happened all at once.
usually how it goes.
Let's just hope nothing else happens.
Don't jinx it.
Might be too late.
I have faith.
Does anyone else have any long lost siblings that might potentially be searching for him, or
Not long
Maybe.
lost, but
Maybe.
yeah.
I have no idea.
Is it time to spill some secrets?
Yeah,
Hey.
do it. Who's got secrets?
actually, I have a sister too. No. It's just the 2 of us.
She's an evil lich.
Yep. She's actually a necromancer, and she had. Well, now that I think about it, she had a weird fascination with vampirism.
Hmm.
Ah.
Thinking emoji.
Hmm. But
No secrets, but people are still obviously searching for some of us.
People searching for you. People searching, assumedly, for Vestelle. Someone searching for me. Lyra, anyone on you? Vaerun?
Or the
Thankfully, I don't think that anyone would be
That's not a
searching
no.
for me.
You didn't go and piss off some kid back in school or in your clergy or anything like that? Someone who might just hold resentment to you 10, 15, 20 years later?
I mean, the possibility is non-zero, but it's hard to really know.
Look, all I'm saying is if I end up meeting my brother again and I speak with him and his whole issue is that I took the owlbear toy from him when he was 6 and I was 3, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Could be.
Just
you never
get
know.
Darcy to make another one just in case.
Hey,
We'll be ready.
As a
I do the forehead tap, thinking me.
Make another
makes
what?
Yeah, he makes it out of wood.
an owl bear toy.
I don't know.
The real reason you left is because you had to search far and wide for an identical toy.
It went out of commission 8 years ago.
Anyways, I guess we'll just call it a night and talk to Silette tomorrow.
Silent, yes.
Sounds like a plan if I can wake up.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Let's
well.
just pray she doesn't kill any of us.
Yeah,
Wait, out of character, I don't think it's nighttime.
It is. It's
Yeah,
8
it
p.m.
is.
It's 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we last session I believe we spent half the day separated, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was only 4.
No.
O'clock.
It got really late.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
people did a lot of things.
You guys did quite a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think she'd end up killing us.
That's unless she doesn't find out about what 3 of us are,
Oh, I mean,
holding
to be
inside of
fair,
us.
my group, I mean, some of us can deal with undead better than others, but I mean, it's not like that's our sole purpose in killing them, you know? Like, I think it'll be fine. I don't know too much about a lot of the current members. I mean, I've met a few in my time here, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was someone like you all, or just similar in the ranks, or at least formally in the ranks, you know?
Wonderful to note.
But I don't think you all have to worry about that.
To be fair, it's not entirely myself I'm worried about.
Yeah, well, I mean, she might notice something with Darcy, but I mean, surely she'd at least take my word at face value. Should mean something at the very least as another watcher. There's only like 17 of you or so, you know?
Maybe that too.
Well, suppose I'll rely on your confidence then.
I just smile.
Good night.
All right. As you guys all kind of press into your own beds, was there anyone else staying up?
Artemis
I
just kind
think-
of. Oh, what?
I was going to say, I think Varus probably does stay up just a little bit longer, just to make sure, you know, nobody fucking comes in while some people are trying to sleep, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of
Artemis
shit
just
today.
pulls out like a little bitty old, like cheap bottle of like some type of alcohol, just looks at it. It hasn't been uncorked. He thinks about opening it, and he sighs and puts it back in his bag.
All right.
Just kind of goes back upstairs, or back to his room, rather, wherever that may be.
You guys don't have your own individual rooms. It's all like open
Yeah,
space.
right.
I thought it was 222.
It is 222.
Yeah.
But yeah. As darkness settles fully, some of you drift off into a light sleep, plagued with strange whispers and nightmares, while Varus, you stay awake to try and kind of keep an eye on things. And we're going to take a short break because I need to go use the washroom.
Oh boy.
Be right.
I'm so upset. I can't add sounds. It won't let me. There's
I would
supposed
just
to be a
end up
fucking
adding-
add sound button, but there
I would just
isn't
end up
one.
adding like a Dark Souls boss music.
The you died sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an add sound button, but I don't know where the fuck it is.
In my Roll20 games, I have a sound effect that's called "You Done Fucked Up," and it's like a Dark Souls boss, like opening sound effect.
Love it. Yeah, to upload new sounds, press it on the add sound button with the soundboard panel open. Where? That tells me nothing.
Is the stream still running? Can I do a shameless self promotion?
Do it.
It looks
the-
like it's still running.
It is still running. Go for it.
Oh heck yeah! Okay, I just restocked my dice shop today. So if you guys want some dice, I have dice.
You have a dice shop?
I do. I
She
do.
Post the link in chat.
Fine additions to my collection.
The Marauder stat. I love it.
Nice.
On brand.
Ah, I see. Dabba dee dabba da, but
Dabba dee dabba dice.
They're just blue. WDW.
They're just blue. It's so good.
Very, very nice shade of blue.
I don't know how much CA is to.
CAD is
Size.
1 CAD is approximately 0.75 USD.
Okay.
You pay less than the number that's on the screen. That's
You
all
get
I
a
know.
discount.
Yeah, that's.
So, in case you're curious, 50 Canadian equals 37 US. I just looked at
Gotcha.
I'm digging this spilt graphite one.
I thought that was cool, too.
Very cool.
Oh,
Especially that D8.
I love performance check. It's just aesthetically pleasing to me.
Wait, is that D? No, that's the D4. Never mind. I really love the way that D4 looks.
Of the spilt graphite?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the blue marble set as well.
Oh, is it?
Yes. And in the Where Snow Meets Sea.
And in the creeping corruption.
Honestly, don't like the default D4s. I much prefer that one.
Yeah.
They are cool.
Gonna get some new models with a
Much
different
more
shape.
easily understood as well.
The original D4s, from what I can remember, were meant to be used as caltrops, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Back
They're
in
very
the
pointy.
Satanic Panic.
Oh no, they have weapons that have been used historically for decades. Centuries even.
Mm.
Oh my god.
So those bad boys at the front door, and suddenly all the old hags can't chase it down.
yeah. Roll a bunch of D4s in front of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. But back I am. Something about adding sounds. I remember Andrew talking about while I was in the washroom.
Yeah, that's not a fucking thing to add sounds, and it upsets me.
You have to do it under the server settings.
Mm.
You have to do it? Damn.
No, you guys have to do it. Here, let
Where
me
the
let
fuck?
me give you. I don't think your role has access to it, so I'll change it so that you
This
guys do.
guy.
Well, no, it's
How
just
dare he?
it's the default roles.
I
Let's see.
hope you're prepared, Jake.
Oh boy, I'm already regretting it, and I haven't even done it yet.
I don't have the option to.
That's because I haven't given it to you yet.
Yeah, we don't have it yet.
Ah.
That's what I was talking about. I love that. That's so good.
Okay, if you guys go into this server settings, you should be able to find the soundboard settings, and then you can upload sounds.
I don't see any server settings.
I'll do it at a later date whenever I update Discord.
Server setting.
She'll probably be next year.
Oh my god, well you can have an icon with it too.
What the fuck? This isn't what I wanted.
I don't know if I have
Where's it
sound
under?
clips on my computer. Server settings?
Where's it under, G?
It should be directly under stickers.
I still don't have the option.
I don't even have the option for stickers.
What? Okay, alright. Give me a second. Let me change this again. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just give you admin roles.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
Well, it's not like you're gonna do
you
anything that
want?
I can't see anyways. There you go.
But yeah, Jake, that's all I'm getting. This is the only server settings I was seeing.
Yeah, well, it's not that anymore.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yes. Yes.
I don't like this one. Oh, fuck.
We can add our own emotes now.
Yes!
Ooh.
That's so much power.
all the memes.
I thought I'd
Where's
given you
Miss
permission
Emma?
for
Oh.
before, but apparently I have not. So, there you go.
Just a second.
While you guys are doing that, Varus, as everyone else kind of creeps into sleep, what are you up to?
I think he just truly stays awake just to make sure nothing else bad happens. Probably stays up for maybe like 3 more hours after everyone else.
Okay, so to probably around midnight. Okay.
What was that?
To around midnight, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm pretty good at those.
You are indeed pretty good at those. And you hear within the building itself what sounds like a low and then something thudding on wood lightly.
Up top, down below, where?
It seems to be near the top. Wait, sorry. Where's Artemis sleeping?
I mean, we're two to a room thing. Who is with Artemis again?
Yeah, I think the arrangement that we set up was the same one that we did at the last end, which is you and me, the girls, and then Darcy and Vaerun.
So I'm in his room.
Oh, then yeah, you would hear it in the corner of the room.
Yeah, I fucking
glance over towards it. There's
my
nothing there, but you do see like a light bluish purple shimmer that seems to be in the air above, where very familiar to what you had seen previously.
So like the thing I saw at the hospital?
No, to the portals that you had seen when they had peeled around you.
Yeah, I fucking immediately go over and I need him awake, so I slap him awake real quick.
Artemis, you immediately bolt awake and you could feel your weapons warning you.
I go like, ow, what the? And then suddenly my left hand, my blade just gets summoned, and it's like right next to his body.
He's truly nonplussed.
I just kind of glance around. Do I notice anything?
Give me a perception check.
I mean, I would absolutely show him.
Yeah, you point in the direction of where you had seen something, and you can see vaguely that there's bits of like dust and kind of light hitting a spot on the ground that is currently very still, not moving. It seems to have something there.
Does it seem like a portal or a rift, or?
No, it seems to be a sort of invisible creature.
I'll I don't have I don't have my thing to spell magic yet. I'll just summon my other blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll kind of like lean forward and like with one weapon kind of like poke in its like just general area that we think it's at, and then with my other hand I'm basically like about to just whack-a-mole this bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm also prepared with a bow shot just in case.
Does a 23 hit you?
Me?
Yeah, Artemis.
I mean, yeah, I'm not wearing armor. I'd had my weapons, but that would only put me at like an AC 14 or 15.
You take 20 points of psychic damage as it lunges towards you, and something stabs into your forearm. And I need you to give me a intelligence saving throw.
Can I take a shot at it as well?
Yes, both of you can take your held actions against it.
Cool. Does it turn uninvisible when it attacks?
No, it didn't.
Oh boy, so I guess it's just a normal attack if I'm steady aiming, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate, but here we go.
Misses.
Well,
That hits.
fucking abysmal damage, that Jesus.
And it is definitely counts as sneak attack because Artemis is literally touching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, and you said an int save, correct?
Yes, an intelligence saving throw. 2. You watch Varus as Artemis crumbles to his knees, and basically slams his own head against the ground, but something seems to catch it right before it does. But right at that moment, you let loose your arrow, and it sinks into this creature, and it... whatever was invisible just kind of like pulses outwards, and it dissolves into the same goo that you had seen before. As you see Artemis now with like a large bruise on his forehead, and his forehead is now buried in this goo. It seems that you did enough damage to kill the creature.
Good. I walk over and I make sure he's fucking alright.
I was about to say, do I have my wits about me, or did I just get nay-nayed by an intellect devour?
You did not get nay-nayed by an intellect
Okay.
devour. You got something else. You watch
I'll walk
as
over, make
Artemis
sure
is kind of
he's
like
okay.
lightly drooling out of his mouth, and his eyes are wide open, just staring in the space in front of him.
If I snap my fingers in front of his face, does he seem like show any signs of recognition?
It does. After about 6 or so seconds, you can see that he kind of shakes back into his own self. As Artemis, you almost wake up with just a pile of goo surrounding the left side of your face, and just a really hard headache.
I'll just feeling something on my face. I'll use prestidigitation to kind of get it away. Do I feel any different at all aside from the migraine?
There's a searing pain in your head. Like you have a very hefty headache, to say the very least. But other than that, no, you're okay for the most part.
I'll just like kind of grab my arm where it's kind of stung me and use my 5 land hands to heal it. Kind of looking at the wound, and just from what I could tell from the thing, did it seem similar to the creature that I can't remember who it stuck onto back in like the first few sessions? I showed it to Welna.
Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely Vaerun.
It seemed very similar, but for some reason this one turned to goo while the first one didn't.
I see. I'll just kind of clutch my arm, kind of put the 5 hit points into myself, and then kind of sit back.
A deep breath, but other than the searing headache, you're okay.
You realize this means that we're going to, at the very least, have to take watches now, right?
Well, I mean, don't we usually do that on the road?
No time for comfort.
Yeah. Well,
I think probably Artemis and Varus will switch off who's watching just in case this happens again.
Okay.
You know, try to get enough sleep for a fucking full long rest. But I think, honestly, both of us are fine on short rests, aren't we? If that's what happened.
I don't know if we got a short rest off before then.
I mean, I did, but because it's been, well, maybe. I don't know. How long has it been since everyone went to sleep?
Probably about 3-4 hours.
Yeah, so I've got a short rest at the very least.
God, Vaerun would wake up near the tail end of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd probably like stay up for a couple hours just watching, and then knowing that Vaerun needs like half the amount of time in a unconscious state, I'll go find him, basically just give him the TLDR that, hey, something similar to what we encountered way back when stung me, gave me a headache. We're gonna need to just kind of take turns watching to make sure, shit like that doesn't happen again.
Alright. I'll take a walk. Keep watch.
Mm-hmm.
I just give him a thumbs up.
I will have been asleep at this point, I imagine.
Probably. But for the rest of you, And even those who are awake and taking watch, the rest of the night goes uneventfully. It's peaceful, quiet. That same sense of tension remains. And eventually all of you wake up with a full rest. Even those that took weird, staggered rests, I'll say you can get a long rest as well.
Well, I gotta make a wisdom save, because the funny thing. Oh boy, let me see what happens. Because this hasn't actually occurred thus far in the game, so this is a little surprising. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
He's good?
Yeah, probably towards like the last... Probably close to waking up due to the way we kind of staggered mine and Varus's rest. Since Varus and I are in the same room, probably a little before everyone starts to get up, Artemis will probably, due to your passive perception, you'll probably end up waking up hearing Artemis almost like hyperventilating.
Yeah. It's just kind of...
He seems to just be in like a cold sweat, almost like a really bad nightmare occurred. I gotta mark this down. Is there is there a label for this on these sheets, Jake?
For exhaustion?
Oh, yep, never mind, I found them, yep.
Yes, it should be beside the bed thing.
Oh, I have a little smiley face, that's nice.
Oh, top left, yes.
You alright?
Yeah, it happens sometimes after extremely intense days. I get really bad dreams. Almost I experience other people's deaths over and over again. Very fun. Jake.
Mm-hmm.
In my flaw, it refers to hit die in that paragraph. Which hit die do I take?
So it would be your hit dice. So, like whatever your class's hit dice is. Oh wait, you have two.
I have two.
We'll take the higher one, whichever one is higher.
Okay. And does that take into account my con or just the die number?
It includes the con one.
Okay. Epic.
Well, I suppose we hear everyone's decisions with what to do with the day.
Yeah. Before we go, I'll kind of like in the corner while I'm putting on my armor, I'm just gonna like casually and try, and I'm probably not gonna be able to hide it from Varus, but I'm just gonna lay on hands myself everything I got.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna try to hide it from me?
I mean, I said try, but I doubt I'll be able to.
Well, yeah, you never know. Roll a stealth check.
This would be a sleight of hand check.
Oh, it's
well,
the same mod.
It's the same mod.
Yeah.
Also, just roll the damage that you actually took.
Yeah, I subtracted it. Or is it
It's a roll.
do I roll it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought it was I just
You
took the
take
max amount.
max.
I was like, well,
No,
I mean, that's about on
no.
par, but you know.
No. You
Nice
roll
roll.
it. You roll it.
10 plus
Takes max
4.
anyway.
Oh, well, you know,
Well,
close
that's
enough.
basically max.
Oh,
I have 2 extra hit points. Look out.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna do the lay on hands because I still probably wake up with a massive migraine
Mm-hmm.
and
For
just
how much?
10. That's all I have is 10.
Where are you touching? Just like your head, or?
Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
I imagine
There's
this is more
nightmares.
like a psychic thing as opposed to a physical like
Yeah,
wound or anything.
these nightmares come with repercussions.
What What do you mean?
Well, I've seen you do your magic thing, and it doesn't look like you have any actual wounds on you.
Yeah, it takes a toll on the mind. As I've mentioned, people like us aren't supposed to experience the amount of lives that I have in the old noggin here.
I suppose that makes sense.
But it's fine. I kind of finished putting on my armor and just kind of put on my hat, albeit looking a little tired despite getting full nights of rest.
I think I will. I know this doesn't have any correlation. You'd probably be happy for it, but I think I'll drink from someone else today to spare you that.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Just I kind of glance around. Don't go telling anyone about the side effect.
Well, I mean, you have your secrets, I have mine.
I mean, occasionally losing myself in combat is, I would imagine, pretty big on its own, but people don't need to go worrying about me at night.
Very well. I suppose that means we'll probably be rooming together for quite a while.
Probably for the best. I know Lyra usually tends to snore a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah, and I'll just walk downstairs where everyone else may or may not be.
Yeah, I'm guessing most everyone has woken up and kind of gathered around the kitchen, whether eating breakfast or making it.
I hardly slept. Lyra snores too loud.
I kind of like nudge. I kind of nudge Varus. See what I mean?
How convenient. I hate to ask every single day, but who is, God, this sounds wrong, willing to offer themselves up this time?
Wait, you should say offer up.
Fine, I guess I'll volunteer this time.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
It's even worse when you say that.
Literal blood sacrifice.
It makes it seem like we're a little mini cult here, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, technically, we all have different parts of one, wouldn't we be? Alright, I'm gonna flick it. Oh, that didn't. Nope.
Oh,
Not an at 20.
You can
Not an
cancel.
at 20.
You can cancel the credit for this specifically. It's fine.
I bite real hard.
Just like
Hit
fucking,
artery.
the arm.
Yeah, I was about to say he hits an artery and he just bleeds out this morning at breakfast.
Lyra, no.
I told you it was a sacrifice. I mean, come on.
Jeez.
damn, this is how I'm gonna go out.
But yeah, Lyra, you do take 7 points of piercing damage, but otherwise
Yes.
you're okay. Thankfully, you haven't seen blood yet. I think. Okay, do I remember your weakness correctly? In that if you have a human, you don't have to make it for the rest of the day. You're satiated.
Yes.
But like,
Yep.
if it's any sort of other blood, it just increases or lowers your DC or something. It gives you advantage on the save.
So, it was decreases the DC based on fresh human blood, reduces the DC by 5,
Right.
technically. So, if there's other blood, which thankfully we haven't been experiencing yet.
Wait, don't I have other blood?
Do you?
I mean, I'm a gray, right? I have other blood.
Oh,
Yeah. but not in the sense that it would affect us. It's relatively
God,
thin.
if this were
Fucking good.
actually,
Suddenly
if this were
Varus-
actually, if this
Suddenly
were actually
Varus just
Dragon Age,
collapses in pain.
Yeah. if this were actual Dragon Age, I would be dead.
Yeah.
Because I would not be able to drink from you. Because I would be dead.
No, the great formula for these blood is usually a little bit more dilute, and it doesn't take over the host completely. So you'll start taking on traits of the creature that you got the blood from, but never to the point where it'll actually cause you to change from humanoid to something else. At least not these days.
Thank God it's not Dragon Age. Darkspawn blood is very poisonous. I mean, technically, though, if I were to succeed, I would technically become a Grey Warden.
Yeah.
Technically.
in the lore of Dragon Age.
And that one, not this one.
The question though is, do you want to be a Grey Warden?
Absolutely not.
Go, right answer.
Accidentally becomes one.
Oopsie.
Well, I guess this is it.
I'll come to suffering.
Yeah.
Alright. But you guys are gathered.
So, what is the general decision? Because if I'm going to be honest, I don't think we can stay here any longer because Artemis was attacked last night.
Attacked by what?
A little invisible bugger.
Just one?
Yeah, it was similar to the thing that that I found on I can't remember who it was. Was it Lyra or Vaerun?
Vaerun.
Vaerun? Okay. Similar to the thing I found on Vaerun back when we first met.
You mean
Yeah.
one of those horrible little crab things?
Yes. One of those horrible little crab things. So this one
Someone's
was completely
spying on us.
invisible and upon death seemed to dissipate into a goo-like substance.
If it was
So-
just one, could it have been like tracking you? I don't
Essentially.
know.
Well, to be fair, it did come from a portal-like thing.
So this is something that I think we might be overlooking a little bit. While I'm all for moving on and trying to solve things, these things are going to come after us no matter where we are. We are planning to sail along the coast. Those things are going to use that as an opportunity if they're smart.
Are you suggesting we should walk?
No, because then we're on foot, tired, and still it happens.
Well, we can't just be in the defensive our whole lives.
Yeah, there's not much we can do.
I'm just
Plus if we
pointing it out because no matter what, we're going to need to be on guard.
Yes, so from here on, even if we're in a place such as this, we will keep at least one, maybe even two people at watch. Vaerun can really watch half the night, someone else alongside for a couple hours each. And that's pretty much the entire night as a whole. And that's always having at least two pairs of eyes on the general group.
Obviously, I'm always willing to. I've got pretty good eyes, so.
But yes, it's something that we need to keep an eye on and watch out for, but I mean, really we're gonna come across things regardless, whether it's these things or just other random threats, be they undead, bandits, bugbears, so on and so forth. So it's just one extra thing to keep an eye on, but regardless, we need to probably keep moving on and looking into our other issues. The main of which, in my opinion, being your affliction.
Truthfully, the further we get away from the forest, the better I feel.
And we've already made the assumption that we'll return to deal with Vestelle's issues at a later point. But given how a lot of that's been panning out, it would seem as though we're slowly getting information to work with in that regards as we go on. And at the current moment, I don't think Vestelle's currently on a clock where every so often she goes into a almost unconscious state and tries to kill the rest of us.
Thankfully
Not that
not.
we know of.
Yeah, I mean, that we know of.
Not
I guess
yet.
that's the benefit of us taking watches, eh?
It's true. But yeah, I'm just here to help you guys. Wherever you guys go, I'll come.
Vaerun, Lyra, opinions, thoughts?
I'm here with my own goals, and I might need you guys' help someday.
I guess while we're on that topic, is that a pressing matter at all, or just a general, if it comes up, it comes up?
Well, I've been actively searching. But seems like I haven't really found much.
And what are you searching for?
I've been looking for some secret ingredients. Not secret, more like legendary or hard to find. My sister's sick. She's, I don't know, some type of curse, maybe? Something.
More curses.
She's
If I had a
actually
nickel
damn
for
pure.
every, if I had a copper for every time one of us were cursed, I'd have like what, 3, 4 copper?
6.
6.
Come on. You stabbing yourself doesn't seem like a curse to you.
Minor downside to a beneficial
And no
arrangement.
offense to you, Lyra, but how Greys are described kind of sound cursed as well.
Yeah.
So, right. 6 copper.
Pretty cursed world, isn't it?
I think truly it's just us, if I'm going to be completely honest. We've somehow managed to find each other, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Like they say, like mines and whatnot.
My mother used to always tell me that strong hearts are usually drawn to one another.
Or it could just be our bad luck.
I think I rely on the bad luck more.
I was just trying to be optimistic.
Well, either way, I'm grateful for it.
It's given some enjoyment at the very least. So, I suppose the next question is, what's the overall decision for today?
I want a second opinion from this letter.
All right.
And
And depending on that we decide whether we move or not.
Yeah, if it's something that she thinks that the Watchers can assist with, we can make arrangements to head down in that direction. If not, then I don't know. I guess we can try and cure Vaerun's sister.
Yeah. We have to do something.
All these little things, all these little problems, all just wound tight in little knots that we had. So tight you can't even see them. It's all one great big bad joke. Sometimes it feels.
It's better that all of our issues are somewhat loosely connected together than for them to be separate and each of us going on our own individual path.
Truthfully, the further we get away from mine, the better I'll feel.
Hey, at this current rate, you know, it's a welcome thing, having an issue that doesn't have to be addressed head on, you know, just...
Is it? Does that just mean there's no solution?
No, it just means they'll be coming for me, not the other way around.
I somehow like that better, but that's just me.
I mean, that's happening to you right
Yeah,
now.
less effort.
Well, to be fair, I just now figured out that it was happening to me. Again, I didn't think that he had any reason to try and deal with me, but you know.
Alright, so we're talking to this hunter, and then we decide what to do from there.
Yep, sounds like it.
Good time.
Alright. You guys have a bit of a breakfast and eventually depart to the police station to go and speak to said hunter. But a bit of time passes by. You guys eventually finish your breakfast and make your way to the station with relatively little issues. The roads...
Yeah, keep an eye out as we walk.
For sure. Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Alright. From the best that you can tell, the majority of the people on the roads are just going about their day. Seemingly none the wiser of the events that may have precipitated over the last 2 days. They seem to be just enjoying their lives. But for some reason, Varus, you kind of get a strange pit in your stomach that there are so many people here, yet none of them seem to know the plight. They're unaware, and even the town criers, as you listen to them, seemingly speak of no issues. There was an attack in one of the squares. It was dealt with by a band of adventurers who happened to be nearby, luckily. Seemingly an investigation into some of the disappearances has led up and turned up some leads, of which the guards had assisted with. There was a bit of information about, random things that were happening within the town itself. All a mishmash of just information. Nothing necessarily too interesting, but, you pay attention nonetheless. But glancing around, paying attention to your surroundings, you see no sight of this creature, or this man, or this thing that had been standing on top of the building that had assaulted you previously, and that you had seen when you had entered the city proper first.
Gotcha.
The roads are clear, the people, as they were. upset that the weekend is over, and some going to school, some going to work, whatever not. But as you arrive at the station, the guard station, the police station, you do see standing outside a rather familiar figure to you, Artemis, who seems to be very impatiently standing there with her toes just tapping on the solid ground in front of her, seemingly waiting for your group. She hasn't spotted all of you as you round the corner, but let me give you a physical description of her. Give me a moment. Nope, Midlands, Castle Umber. I don't. Damn, I need to organize my fucking characters better. There's so many.
Organized by backstory.
I do have them organized by backstory, so I have like 7 different pages with like, okay, notable people in this person's backstory is this organization, these group of people. And I'm like, fuck.
Hey, I will point out, I gave you 4, and the rest you made on your own.
Oh, 100%.
I gave him 5.
I don't know how many you have in my folder, but
Don't worry about it.
Depending on how you look at it.
I gave him 5, so
I was about to say, depending on how you look at it, either I gave him 1 or I gave him like 20. So
technically you gave him like what, 10 million, 9 million, however fucking things are in your sword.
A lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, good. I would certainly hope that he's not went and thrown all of that. But, like, depending on how you look at it, I either gave him 2 or I gave him 20. So
I have a
it depends
life,
on
bro.
how in-depth
I
you
have a
went.
life, bro. I have other things to do.
Yeah.
Adds a personality to every single mind in the
good
sword.
Lord. No.
Look, I have a list of names in there. But,
And that's for
I
you
don't
to
think
know.
he does. Yep, that's for me. That's for my personal reference.
Yes. The figure you see in front of you is a kind of light-skinned woman with white hair as well, tied up in this long ponytail. You see what appears to be a mask with covered eyes, kind of resting on top of her face, with a strap going underneath her chin. But you can see she's dressed for travel, has a nice vest on, and strapped to her sides are what look like a twin set of like really almost medium length short swords. Let's give you a picture.
Oh,
Is it specifically a kitsune mask or something?
It is specifically a fox mask, yes.
good to know.
As you guys all approach in a big group, she kind of now realizes you're approaching. She looks towards all of you. Ah, there you go. Hello, Artemis. It's been a few months. How are you?
I gotta take off my hat and lower the face covering that I wear and just kind of give her a wave. And then better.
Well, it's good to see you. First things first. Oh, I see you got yourself some friends. Hello.
Can I just wave back and smile?
And those of you with a little bit of a higher passive perception do see that underneath the mask and mixed in with the white hair is what
Another
appears
mask?
to be no, not another mask. Is what appears to is what appears to be a set of animal ears.
Oh,
She appears to be a half tabaxi.
good to know.
She looks forward at all of you. All right, you're in this Umber. I'm in Umber. That can't be a coincidence. I'm guessing what they told me about yesterday about an attack on the streets with random portals popping up was you?
Well, we encountered it, but yes.
What did you see? Was it same things as those you saw before, or are these new?
I've seen there was a couple that were familiar, though there was a few others that were, I mean, I don't want to say new, but things I've never seen before, primarily The main two being a brain with like what, tentacles and a beak, and then a brain with legs.
A brain with legs and a brain with a tentacle and a beak. Okay, so a grill and an intellect devourer. I know what those are. They're definitely extraplanar.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, intellect devourer?
Oh yeah, those things will essentially cripple you in your mind, and they'll eat your brain.
What? Ew, what?
I would be
Good
very,
to
very
know.
careful around them.
Wouldn't that be considered cannibalism?
Technically no, because they're the ones eating your brain, and their brains aren't of the same types of creatures.
If you don't mind my asking, the intellect devour is the one with the legs or the one with the beak?
The one with the legs. The one with the beak is a little less dangerous. They have very poisonous tentacles that could hit you and kind of like paralyze you in place if you're not careful. A few of the other creatures you mentioned, I actually don't know anything about, but those two I'm familiar with.
I've seen some of the others. It was just those two were new to me.
Ah, okay, perfect. Swap around of knowledge. But yeah, I was in town investigating some potential disturbances that could have been the precursors portals. As it happens, you're here. That can't be a coincidence.
Mm.
You mind telling me why you were here? Do you know anything about the attack that was here? It seemed premeditated, from what I've been told. Right? It attacked your group, some bystanders beside, but they kind of appeared near you.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was more than likely. I didn't inform the guards of this, but it was more than likely aimed at us, primarily, probably. Me.
The guard told you about Forfazina?
Yep.
Okay. Well, same thing happened there. I was there also investigating some precursor kind of information about a potential attack. And lo and behold, another hunter was there as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to him in time to save him. But
That's unfortunate. Was it a new guy or
relatively
someone
new.
who's been here longer? Oh.
I managed to recover his weapons, though. The creatures that attacked him, they were trying to consume them. They didn't vanish as normal, like they should have.
They were trying to consume
The weapons,
him
yeah.
or the weapon? Oh.
No, not him. The weapons.
Oh,
He had a sword. He had a set of katanas, a twin pair. Half of one was already corroded and eaten away, and even now, as they're sitting in the Umber in our headquarters, they're Castle Umber. In case the rest of you don't know, they still haven't recovered. They're not repairing themselves as they usually do.
That's it's a little concerning.
Yeah, it
well-
really is, isn't it?
Yes. Well, that wasn't all of. I'm sure you got the reports. There was someone who summoned them and all, but there was more that we found last night. There was specifically a small invisible thing that I kind of look over to Varus. He got a better look at it, but
Small invisible thing.
Truthfully, I didn't.
oh well, it was
It
invisible.
didn't reappear. It didn't reappear before it turned into goo.
Yes,
This is the
it
first
seemed
I've heard of
to.
anything like this. What did it do?
Well, it
sorry?
stung me. It stung me and gave me a pretty big headache, but it seemed familiar to a little crab-like creature that we actually encountered some time ago,
Crab-like.
back in Free Reach.
Did it look like this? When she kind of draws in the dirt, a very, very awful picture of a crab.
Is there any resemblance at all?
It's got the same amount of limbs.
Does it just look like a crab?
A little bit. It
Darcy's-
looks like a circle with like 4 spines drawn out of it.
Darcy's just going to quickly sketch out the thing that I
Yes!
like this.
That's I mean, it's the same drawing. I don't know why you redrew it.
It's
Yeah.
just confirming thought process is all.
I
But
mean,
yes,
sorry.
there's, oh god, I don't remember the lessons, but I remember Dawn and Dusk saying that there was something similar to these things that had appeared a long time ago when the Eyes of Bethra was formed, but I don't remember the exact details, so you'll probably have to take a trip yourself or contact them via, like, I don't know, courier things. You do you, whatever.
well, we were actually intending to head that way back to the fort or the castle.
Oh, hey, okay. Well, you'll get to see the set of katanas, 1 and 2. Say hi to Dawn and Dusk for me. 3,
Hi,
and give them my report for Fort Fazina as to what happened, and I suppose my report for here as well. But
Well,
I think the one for
I-
here, you're probably better determined to deliver that. So I'll just hand you the one for Fazina.
I will mention before we were thinking about going there, I was going to confirm something with you before
Sure.
we start heading that way, but I'll get to that. The main thing was that, yes, the crab was something that we encountered. It actually stuck itself to him. I point to Vaerun.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. Do you mind if I see your wounds?
Sure.
Both of
It's,
you.
I roll up my sleeve.
Ooh, that's a nasty gash.
Is there even anything left of what happened to Vaerun?
On Vaerun's arm, nothing. There's nothing left. And even on Artemis's arm, she said it's a nasty gash, but honestly, it just looks like a needle went into his arm. So there's like a tiny bit of blood and some bruising around it, but that's it. Okay. Well, I can't see anything on your arm, so no luck. But on your arm, yeah, no, honestly, it doesn't look that familiar. I don't know what I could glean out of it. I thought I could glean something. I was wrong. Whoops.
Well, if it's any consolation, we were in Free Reach, and that's actually where Wellna's been staying as per her retirement plan.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. At least she's got something to do. Well, she's doing something. Is she doing something? She's doing something, right?
Yeah,
She's
it's
got a
little
shop.
jewelry store. Yep.
She's got a shop. Okay. Now that sounds like an interesting place to go. However, I'm still on assignment and unfortunately don't have a break at least for another, well, gods. Who knows?
Well, I was more bringing that up because I did leave the corpse of the crab with her. So if you ever find yourself in that direction before I find myself there, you can always ask her about it.
Right, something
She
to take a
said
look
she was
at.
going to look into it.
Definitely. Okay.
But no, the other thing, as mentioned, was I kind of look over to Darcy and kind of motion to him.
If you have a crush on me, I'm gonna have to say no. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, okay. Then what's up?
Well, I've kind of got a small issue. Well, not really small. It's
She kind of just looks at you. Is this innuendo?
No.
Then just spit it out.
I'm being possessed by something.
Possessed by something. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you know if
specifically
it's extraplanar in nature?
Yes, it's last time it occurred, I was able to use my eyesight to kind of gleam into it a little bit, and it seems celestial.
Celestial in nature.
Yes.
Ooh, now that's a rare one. Celestial possessions. They're typically.
Yes, and it's not really erratic. It seems to really only occur in full moons. Correct, Darcy?
Right.
Huh.
when it happens, he seems to get taken over by something. And, well, the first time it wasn't that big of a deal, I'd say, but the second time it was nearly really bad for us.
That is very strange. I am going to consult her Arcana check and see if she knows anything. Let's see. She ponders for a moment. Okay. Well, the only thing I can tell you is that the moons have their own strange histories, of which most of us aren't very clear on. Ooh. Honestly, I don't know how to help you. I don't know anything about this, but there's a chance that some of the records within our libraries in our castle might, like Dawn and Dusk, could be able to help you.
That was what I was going to ask next. Was do you think that it might be something that they could help with down there?
Beneficial?
Because
Definitely.
I mean, from what I've seen of him, I've had some ideas that perhaps if there's enough watchers and whatnot there, that perhaps we could try and almost dispel it as if it were a rift.
Dispel it like a rift. Okay, I don't think that's how curses work.
Well, no, but I mean like during the
Oh, like a forced
possession.
separation?
Kind of, yes, because
That could kill
again,
him.
I would rather avoid that, thank you.
Oh yes,
No,
I know, but
I'm just saying could, not guaranteed.
Mm.
Then again,
No.
anything could kill you, so...
that is
Not
also true.
helping.
But no, again, those are just my resting theories. Not that that was what needs to occur, but
Well,
if you think that the records there might have information about it, it's still worth a shot.
okay. So I do think the records there are, like, you'll definitely be able to help him a little bit by finding more relevant information in regards to this stuff. But I don't know, talking to Dusk and Dawn is probably a lot more fruitful than trying to find information in a library that's so massive that I don't even know where to start looking.
True. Jake, do I know where those two are?
The Blade of Dusk and the Blade of Dawn are the two leaders of the Eyes of Brethra, and they are always at Castle Umber.
Okay.
They are the caretakers of the weapons, so whenever your weapons vanish, they almost always go directly to the castle.
Gotcha.
Or into its own demiplane. It depends on it depends on the wielder. Sometimes they
Gotcha.
send it back to the castle, sometimes they just send it off to its own demiplane. But it's entirely up to you. And they're the ones who want to take care of the weapons are the most powerful of those within Castle Umber and of the Eyes of Bethra organization.
Well, I guess if those two probably have the most relevant information regarding it, it might be beneficial to give them a visit.
Yeah.
At the very least, not to just do that, but also to relay the report that you have. At the very least, kill two birds with one stone, after all.
Yeah. I managed to return the two blades. Or, well, they disappeared. So I'm assuming they're back at Castle Umber, which I really hope they are. But, yeah. I guess we'll have to see. Let me know if they actually are back there.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be here, correct?
I'm going to be following traces all over the continent. I don't know if I'll be here.
I'll figure it out then.
One other thing. If you're getting back to Castle Umber, try and find out all the locations of all the hunters on this continent. I might be able to pinpoint something. Because from what I've seen, with these two attacks, specifically on our hunters, there's a chance something might be looking after us. And not in a good way. They're looking after us to kill us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why? Well, wouldn't that be the first thought? from everything Artemis has told us, well, you seem to be the biggest wall for this sort of thing.
Yes, but they've never targeted us specifically. Typically, they open breaches far away from us to try and not get our attention. They go for a direct attack, which means they're probably they're far-reaching. They're a little bit more powerful than they were before, and they've got a card in their hands that we don't know of.
Out of curiosity, when did the Fort Fazana attack happen?
About 3 months ago.
How many watchers have we had die since these attacks have been occurring?
Just him.
Just one.
That you know of?
That we are aware of, yeah. But all the other weapons are still responding. All the other watchers are still being tracked, so as far as we know, they're still out there.
If something were to do it.
Go ahead.
Because they're tracked all the time? That's...
The weapons are tracked.
Oh, okay.
If they're summoned, then we know where they are. If they're not summoned, then they're on their own place. Demiplanes or near Capsule Umber. It's just like an innate connection that we can open up to all one another. If I did it here, I would know exactly that Artemis is standing directly in front of me.
That's a cool way to know if you're really a hunter or not.
With like a mark, make sure that we are who we are, without having to carry around like a badge that says, "Hey, look, my name is."
Though carrying around a badge does help. She points at Artemis's hat.
Well, to be fair, it's not a symbol for our group; it's a symbol for Bethra. Though it still is kind of a giveaway if you're smart enough, but not the point.
Yeah. Most religious organizations have their main sect, which is the priests, the kind of fathers, brothers, sisters, and the various different people who are taking care of the temples. And they each have their own kind of separate people to take care of business. For Bethra, it's us, the Eyes of Bethra. There's other groups like, I believe Artorius has a group called the Grave Tenders or something, but, you know, I don't know too much about the other ones. Okay.
Did she give me like a written report for that thing, or?
Oh yeah, she gave you like a letter that is sealed.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I do.
Okay. I'll leave you guys to it. I am going to go and get a stiff drink and then go back to traveling because, oh god, there's so many more of those leads I need to investigate. It's gonna be a pain in the
Before you go, one final thing, just so you're aware.
Sure.
The person that summoned these creatures here yesterday. It's either is or it's taken the form of
Amaris?
my brother.
Shit.
Which means that it's probably the same person who led to Welna, well, getting put in the predicament she's in currently.
Okay. That doesn't change too much.
Yeah, but
Just
just
means
figured
that
you might want to
we
know.
know he's properly on their side now.
Yeah.
Well, shit. That's not good news. Not that the news could get really much worse unless you started telling me that everyone was dead. That would be bad. Okay.
Yeah. Try and work to not have that occur, but...
Well, you know. 20 years of peace is all we got. Fuck. She starts walking away.
Alright. Well. I kind of look to the rest of the party.
It was certainly eye-opening.
We've I guess, got confirmation that going there might actually do something.
Yeah. And plus, who knows? By the time we get there, it'll be closer to the time in which Darcy should be possessed again. And
Hmm.
really, that's probably the best place for us to be when it occurs. You have something on your mind, Darcy?
Whatever this thing is, I can't shake a feeling that it's not alone.
Alone?
Well, that's
As
not
in-
fun.
As in, there are other people with your predicament? Or that it's a multi-faceted issue?
I just call it a hunch, and it might be nothing, but it's possessed other people before, and I mean, that's how it came to me. It just chose me next.
As in, someone was in this situation before you?
Might still be. I don't know.
Well-
Might just be walking around, it completely replaced by it. I don't know. I think I'm just being paranoid.
Well, if the last few days have taught us anything, we have reasons to be paranoid, so
Lots of them.
quite a few.
If what's trying to possess me is all connected to whatever's happening to your brother, then me walking into that castle could be exactly what it wants.
How long have you been under this effect?
Only a few months.
Well, I guess the good thing is that my brother, assuming that just going off the day that my hometown was destroyed, he's had 15 years. Now, granted, he could have come into contact with whatever is corrupted him beforehand, but at the minimum, 15 years.
But he's acting
And-
now. He attacked
Yes.
you now.
Well, I don't know if it was him or if it was whatever he... Again, I don't know too much about what happened with my brother. I would assume that either he opened something and caused those creatures to pour out, or whatever he made contact was able to, well, pour out from that location, since that's where he was. Again, I don't know too much about it, but assuming that these are connected, which, I mean, again, kind of a non-zero chance at this rate, but even if they are connected in something similar, there's still a 15-year gap between when that happened and when my brother has actually done anything and been spotted. It's like I've said, I've not seen him since that day, or well, since before that day, really.
I think we should, even though there's a risk, we should still get you checked out, Darcy. It could even be worse if we just leave it. Maybe you'll get possessed fully, and not just on the full moons.
While you're saying this, Darcy is just sort of looking at his hands. Jake, those strings that are on me,
Mm-hmm.
where exactly are they attached? Are they attached to any parts of my hands and arms in specific?
Yeah, they are. I believe they're all on your right hand. You have, what, 7 or 9?
No, I have 9 strings, you said.
Yes.
3 on my right, 6 on my left.
Right. The 6 on your left, you see that 5 of them are attached to the first joint on each finger, and one of them is just to the back of the hand. While on the right, it seems to be starting, while your 3 middle fingers have the string attached to them on the first joint.
I'm guessing they're just slack right now, or are they taut?
They're slack.
I think I know it's getting worse, but for now, I think I'm okay.
Shall we get to it? Start heading down that way? Make arrangements to start heading down that way?
Sure. Should we
Right,
let's
right.
buy some maps and plan out the routes? Okay, we were told the fastest way there by the guide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there something we just knew?
You take the river down from Umber to Lest Pass, and then from Lest Pass you charter a boat to Cliff, and then Rinsan. And from Rinsan you travel inland towards Castle Umbera.
Okay.
You traveled 3 times faster on water, if I recall. That's what I said. So, if you were to go direct, you could. But, though it says it's a 4.5 day trip, in reality it would probably take you closer to 2 weeks.
Which would take us past the full moon.
Yep, because it would be like, essentially what it is that you're traveling straight through swamps. If there's no path that you're traveling, you'd be slowed down significantly. And even if you do find a path, you might not be going the right way. And they are very treacherous and dangerous to explore, especially because there are multiple creatures within that could potentially attack you.
Only we had a hunter who lived in that area. Oh,
He never lived in the area. Like he's
Just give me some fried chicken and I'll just Leroy Jenkins into there. But yeah, no, I've not ran straight through. I've always taken the safer path. It's usually considered suicide going in the north way. We did have one mad lad just kind of show up for a meeting that direction, but it was one of those things where we didn't ask questions about it.
let's take the safe way.
Well, yeah, I was about to say he came back with one less arm. Yeah.
I'd like
Let's
to
not
keep
do
my
that.
arms, thank you very much. Kind of need them.
At least he didn't die.
Well, he didn't die then.
You go again?
No, he died because of a different matter a couple years later. But I don't imagine missing the arm. Probably help speed up that process.
You are terrible at pep talks.
Hey, I'm just saying that we should avoid the north path.
Yeah, let's definitely avoid that path. I don't see any reason to put ourselves in danger.
Well, we should probably go see what our options are in terms of travel now. Probably find someone to take us.
Wasn't there an option to take an airship?
Absolutely not.
I mean, we could take an airship, but that would cost us quite literally an arm and a leg.
Uh,
How much money you got, buddy?
not enough.
What are the
You
fares?
think?
What if we only pay like half, and then we just, fortnight drop out of the airship as we pass over?
Where are we dropping, lad?
Where we're dropping, lads? We're dropping in Castle Umber.
Castle Umber.
Wait, no, I fell out too early. I'm in the lake.
Oh, shit. They added sharks
Hurry up and
when?
God.
All right. So what's
Yeah,
the party
we
plan
can-
next?
I guess we can at least look in for prices on kind of hitching a ride around.
Let's go to the docks. Maybe some people will know more about traveling across the water.
Mm-hmm.
How much is the fare for a fucking airship?
An airship per person,
Yeah.
probably close to 150 gold.
That's not too bad.
That's actually not terrible.
That's actually
On-
doable.
On a chartered route.
Chartered route.
If you're hiring an airship to go to a specific location, like Castle Umber, you're hiring an airship entirely. That'll probably cost you closer to 750 per person.
Yeah, the former is like we're just hitching a ride. The latter is we're just straight up renting out their ship for a week.
Yeah.
Like a private jet.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there is the option. There is literally the option of just jumping out.
Just jump out closer to the.
Why is this an option?
This is strictly me out of character stating.
No, I have Featherfall. Let's do it.
Yeah, if they enter the airspace of Castle Umber, we literally just yeet ourselves over the side.
Technically, you could levitate one person, and then they have to go to the ground, right? Slowly. So, just
Well,
We could-
again though, Featherfall.
We
yeah,
can
but
just
Featherfall's
stop.
120.
We can stop talking about this because we're not doing it.
Jake messaging Vaerun to shut the fuck up about the levitate exploit.
Yeah. Keep making us
The thing is, you only need to activate Featherfall when you're 120 feet away from the ground.
Yep.
so risky. It's like throwing a parachute. Scary.
I mean, it's not so difficult to do.
Just miss.
You'll be fine.
It's a lot
We
of
just
risk.
hit the ground. Sorry guys, I forgot to activate it. Mobby.
Oh, Mobby.
The fuck Castle Umber's AA guns pop up.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh, that sounds like a perfect first mission for you guys to do when I start running the space one.
If you've ever
Oh
if you ever
god,
played the old
airdrop.
Ratchet and if you ever played the old Ratchet and Clank games where you have to
Oh,
do
yo, I
the airdrop
love
onto a
that
new
shit.
planet,
Oh my god.
and then they
it's so
shoot up
good.
at you. Yep, that's exactly how it would be. But yeah, no, we can get looking for a normal ship that travels on water as opposed to the air.
But yeah,
That would be wonderful.
you guys, there's 3 sets of docks. There's the northern end docks, the mid docks, and the southern end docks. Which one are you heading to? They kind of populate like here, here, and here.
Is there one that's like more of a direct path to where we would need to go?
Well, I mean, they all go into the same river.
They all go to the same path.
Let's go to the
I
closest
gotcha.
one to ask. I think.
Which one's? Well, I mean, the one in the mist is probably mercantile ships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are the southern and northern ends used for mostly?
The northern end is a lot of industry, so it's like merchant shipping
That's
as
also
well. Yeah.
that's all. Yeah, that's also probably.
The southern end is a little bit more like, sorry, the midst has mercantile ships, but they also have a lot of like, privately owned ships, or small
Right.
boats and things like that. But the southern end is generally kind of civilian traffic.
In that case, that would be Southern Docks first.
All right.
Yeah, and see if they
Oh.
have any just ships that are making their way over that way.
I mean, aren't we at the north already?
You guys are indeed up here, but the police station was like here, so it doesn't change too much.
The thing is that the Northern Docks is definitely primarily merchant ships, and they have to keep in mind weight of the ship, ballast, and crap like that. Adding a whole bunch of other people, we have a cart and
Yeah.
horses to move as well.
I was about to say that was
forget
another
about
thing to consider.
I always forget we have that.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
so we'll have to
yeah,
probably pay a
horses.
little extra to get those on, unless we
Yeah,
want to just
we'll need to-
buy a new
we'll-
cart there.
Yeah, we'll need to pay extra because at the very least we're bringing the horses.
So I got put my horse. What to leave him?
All right.
I don't think it's a good idea to just abandon the horses.
It's like we're already there. We're like, oh shit, we have horses.
And we could sell them.
No.
We have some kind of special horse from that one guy we came across.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that we can find like a ship that'll at least have room or allow us to bring it on. We should be good on money.
Wouldn't the civilian ship be faster?
Yeah, which is why I'm saying we go to the Southern Docks.
Well, I thought we
Yeah,
could
that's probably our best bet.
in the northern.
Northern Docks is going to be mercantile. Midst is going to be mercantile and privately owned vessels. Usually by the fucking upper class.
And they'll probably upcharge us to use their fancy ships.
Exactly. And they definitely would not allow horses on there unless we find a particularly fucking forgiving individual. And then the southern end is where we're going to find commercial travel.
Okay, let's go to the southern.
All right. You guys hike a few hours to the southern end. Going through the various beautiful parks of the southern end, as well as, visiting some of the stores in the midst. It takes you, honestly, quite a few hours to kind of get down all the way. But it's not too bad. Probably around 1 p.m., I'd say. Yeah, but you guys arrive at relatively busy hours. You can see all around the entire docks themselves that I just realized I'm still playing Reflection from Hollow Knight. There we go. But as you guys are kind of approaching the actual docks themselves, you glance around, you can see a flurry of activity. Not too many people seem to be like getting onto ships and leaving. It seems that there's some fishermen that are hopping into smaller boats and just kind of going into the rivers themselves, anchoring themselves in the middle of the river and just like holding nets out to catch the fish that are drifting in from upstream, or doing a variety of different activities similar to that. But it's a very nice place. Even near the sides of this side of the river, even without all the industry around, you can still see that there's quite a few water mills that are just allowing the current of the river to drive some things that seem to be either powering the electricity or some of the other things. I did have a question. Did you guys want to walk all the way here? Or did you want to try? Oh, yeah, you have horses, but there was also the levitating rail. which you guys had seen previously going above some of the buildings.
Shit, that was an option.
Yes.
Oh,
Sure, let's take the mag rail.
You would not be able to take your horses on there.
yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Now we gotta take the horse. Yeah.
Okay, so it would just be normal walking then. But yeah, you do see quite a few of these like kind of floating carts that are in the air, made of steel and wood, that are just floating by on these guided rails, with these magic stones set on each corner of them that seem to be keeping it in check. But yeah, the docks themselves here, you see one particularly tall tower that seems to be for airships, and you do see one currently docked there. But the majority of this rest of the space seems to be for just regular boats. Of the caliber that you're kind of looking for, a traveling boat, something that seems to be able to take you downstream, you see two. One that's probably a little bit older of a ship. It looks like it needs some repair or love. But on the side of the actual boat itself, it's the name is painted the Horseman. Though you can't see any captain or any person around, you do see a few people kind of bringing cargo off of the ship itself and kind of escorting some people that had ridden on it before. A little bit further along the actual docks themselves, you can see what appears to be a little bit of a smaller boat. Excuse me. A little bit of a smaller boat. Not necessarily... It doesn't look like it's there to transport goods, but it does look like it's made for transporting people. It's a little bit smaller. It looks a lot newer. Like probably made just a few years ago at most. And on the side you see the water gull. So, which boat are you heading to?
So we have the Horseman and the Water Gull.
Yes.
Does the Water Gull look like it would be able to hold our cart and the horses?
It looks large enough to hold your cart and your horses, and probably about a dozen or 24 more people.
Okay.
Especially if some of them are kind of like below decks. But it doesn't look larger than that. The Horseman looks like it's like this thing is designed to fit people and cargo. So like this is more a galleon, probably in the while the other one is smaller, like a schooner.
Are any of them armed?
Neither of them look armed.
Right. I think we should ask with the smaller one first, just to... Because if something does happen while we're on the boat, I think it'd be much preferred that there are less people around.
I think something bad's gonna happen.
Probably, because it always seems to. The only place we've been where something bad didn't happen was Filden, and that's because nothing happened at Filden.
I mean, nothing bad happened in Free Reach.
Oh,
What do you
Well, that's
mean
not
nothing?
true.
What do you mean nothing bad happened in Free Reach?
Lyra ran into vampires.
Lyra ran into vampires. Vaerun got attacked by a crab.
I feel like I've been unlucky since I met you guys, now that I think about it. Kept getting attacked.
You guys gonna go speak to the water gull?
yeah.
Yes.
Might be able to. Well, it'll probably be a bit more expensive because it's a smaller ship. It carries less people.
It don't has the word horse in it. Do you think they'd be more likely to carry horses on their ship?
Possibility.
It almost certainly could. But my point is that one, it's also just gotten back, so it's probably not shipping out anytime soon. It'll probably be a layover for at least day, maybe 2. But
Some
we
good
want
thinking.
less people around for hopefully little to no collateral damage from all the disasters that seem to be following us.
Well, I think it doesn't hurt to inquire about both.
Let's try with the water girl first.
All right. You guys head over to talk to the water gull. Kind of glancing around the actual ship itself, you see that it's almost ready to depart. There's no passengers upon it, at the very least from what you can tell on the surface. But you do see an older woman, probably late 50s, early 60s, white graying hair, kind of an old, wrinkled, and aged face that seems to have spent a lot of time in the sun, just kind of leaning over the She doesn't seem to pay attention to you guys as you arrive.
Does it? Can we see like the crew of the ship?
Yeah, there's a few people kind of wandering about the actual deck itself. You see one lounging in the crow's nest, just chilling. You see 2 or 3 other people kind of like checking the rigging, ensuring that all the ropes and kind of cargo that they do have is tied down properly.
Darcy is going to ask them where the captain is and to see if they might be able to negotiate travel.
Yeah. You talk to one of the crew hands, and he kind of looks over at the lady at the front, points at her. She's the captain.
All right, thank you. And Darcy will approach her.
She kind of looks over the bow of the ship as you do approach, throws her cigar over into the water, leans over. All right, what are you looking for?
Travel for 6 people, 2 horses if you'll allow it, as well as the cart.
2 horses and a cart is going to cost you. Where are you going?
Just to Les Pass. If you're going farther, like say down to Cliff. Cliff
we're
or
heading down to
Rinsan.
Artemis, so yeah, we could take you all the way down.
Brilliant.
No
We'd be
question.
getting off.
Okay.
We'd be getting off at Rinsan.
That's perfectly fine. You're okay with going fast and quiet, yeah?
Certainly.
We might not even make a stop at Les Pass.
Okay.
Okay. Do you ask questions?
Only if I feel like my life is in danger.
I'll take that as an answer. Okay, deal. 70 gold per passenger. And the 2 horses plus your cart, make that to square 200.
So what is the final price that she's negotiating here?
6 people for 75 gold and 200 for both the horses and the cart.
Do you know this is like above market rate?
You could give me an intelligence or a history check.
Like this is a
All
lot
of us?
Yeah. This would be 620 gold to carry all of you. Honestly, Darcy, Vaerun, it's pretty cheap. Like, suspiciously cheap.
Darcy is now doubly concerned.
This fare is only available to you if you don't ask questions.
Right then. No questions, right?
No questions.
Questions.
No questions.
And you
Yeah, right
stay
now
in the
it's
areas assigned to you, and don't deviate. Yes?
Are you sure you don't want to inquire with the other one?
Does he actually make that noise?
Because
That's
here's
great.
here's the thing. There's two parts of Darcy that are in conflict right now. The mercantile side of, hey, great deal. On the other side,
The morality side.
morality side, yeah. I think we just take it, honestly.
I don't mind. I'm just more worried for you.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. No questions. No questions.
No question.
No questions. Good. We depart in 30 minutes.
Brilliant.
Let's hurry and get the card on.
Can I say at some point I would have looked for like a map, or not a map, a calendar of like the moons?
Oh, you
I've
certainly
been
can.
looking for one of those.
Yeah.
Probably essential.
I'll say
We
that
probably-
it's relatively easy to find, and you do
Probably would
manage
have
to
found
find
that
one.
on our way over.
Yeah, you managed to find one for relatively cheap, like 11 gold, let's say.
Okay, I'll buy that, I guess.
Boom. You guys now have access to the full calendar on the bottom left, except you don't have a clock, obviously, but you know.
Yeah, we can make do with that clock.
It includes major holidays as well as the moon cycles. Ooh.
All right.
So, all in all, for each person, like what, 100 and 103?
Somewhere on there, I believe.
Yeah.
The total comes out to, I believe, $640. Not dollars. Gold.
Dollars?
Yeah.
I'm checking. I'm checking the final price.
Oh,
right
no,
now.
it's 640.
Well,
Sorry,
200
620.
divided by-
620.
200 divided by 6 is 33, with a repeating 3. So someone's paying 34, everyone else is paying 33. Plus the
I'll
7.
pay 34.
Oh, so generous.
I'm so generous.
Yep. So
How
it's
much money do you
103.
even have right now?
Still have 1,045.
Oh my
Jesus
Can
Christ.
you just cover the horses?
Yeah, I can
So
cover the
rich.
horses.
I'm like dirt broke now.
Vaerun out here trying to make it. He's like, I don't have any money.
Cool. So Lyra's paying for the horse.
Okay. Our
never-
sugar mama is paying. Okay.
I'll
I
never
think
financially
Lyra got
recover
that
from it.
money by betting on you as well.
Yeah,
She
Yep.
got,
on
she
all
got
of
that money
you.
by betting on all of us.
She won every single one.
Well, not every single one, because
Most
obviously the
of them.
last fight she didn't win. Yeah.
Made big bucks.
So it was 33 per person?
Yeah. And no, 70 per person.
Oh,
70
70.
per person.
I don't know where I
And
got
that's
that.
That additional
33
cost was for horses and cart before we determined that Lyra was paying for
Before
that.
we knew that Lyra was filthy fucking rich.
Lyra having
Glance over at Lyra. She's got like a giant gold pouch. She's like rumbling.
Lyra
You
having
wanna-
nearly twice the amount of gold that I, the merchant, have.
You want to buy this map too?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so it was
Lyra's-
70?
Yeah.
Lyra.
Okay.
Lyra's literally got 10 times the amount of gold I have. Like,
It was 200 for the horse and cart.
yeah.
Yes. And 11 gold for
All of us.
the map.
Almost all of us. I love how the 3 of us are like less than 100. And the other ones are just over 200. Oh, man.
I accidentally took off more money than I needed to.
Man, the 2 nobles are broke, dude. This is nuts.
We spent money like water. We didn't know that.
What money?
I was like,
I
oh,
wasn't given
shit.
money.
I wasn't supposed to spend all my money. Okay. While you guys are kind of doing that, I'm gonna go use the washroom.
There we go. Now I think I have the right amount of money that I spent.
764.
Wait, is that the gold you guys have total?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
that's how
I
much
thought
they have
that's-
total.
Like the whole time I was just thinking that's how much you guys are spending.
No, that's how much we have total.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I
Oh,
was
yes,
just like,
no, I've suddenly paid over about 90% of our current
Yeah.
fare.
I thought everyone here was like wealthy.
Oh God, no. 3 of us are almost dirt poor.
So poor.
Most of my money I made off of a single gamble and selling things at the arena.
Because we haven't been doing jobs that pay.
I need
At
to
all.
just steal.
No,
from
we
people,
haven't
bro.
been. We actively have not been doing adventuring jobs. We have not
No.
been mercenaries. We've been traveling. I've been selling fucking
The
dolls and
only
statues.
thing we've been doing is solving people's backstories,
Yeah.
which is so funny to me.
I'm having flashbacks to the friggin' Godfall game, Andrew.
Oh man.
How poor were we?
Oh God, I don't even remember, dude. I could probably. I don't think I. Yeah, I know I didn't have any money. Ain't no way in hell.
It
My
doesn't
cat
help
boy.
that Eric fucked our economy in the first place because Philip was being a power gamer.
I mean, you guys are only spending money. You haven't done anything to earn money other than Darcy.
We
so-
were literally talking about that. We were literally like, how we haven't done any actual job. We've just followed backstories.
That's true. It's
We
so
literally
true.
have not taken. We
Yeah.
literally have not taken a single job
I-
ever.
I have given you guys the opportunity. I'm like, there's bounty boards, and you guys
To
are
be
like, nah.
fair, we did solve the police thing for them, but we didn't
is
get
true.
any money from that.
Yeah, we didn't get paid. What the heck? Stingy policeman.
You didn't ask for money.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, we're
We're
all
just
too
good
charitably
people.
inclined.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that Jake, you left the game before this became a thing,
Yeah.
but as soon as we got to like the first major city, if Philip immediately went into I'm gonna get myself magic items to do shit. And he got himself like the gauntlets of ogre strength and I think a headband of intellect.
Okay.
Or was looking for them. And he's like, and Eric was like, there's no way you'll be able to afford that. No, according to these, I can totally afford it. And then Eric panicked and made the prices twice the amount of what they're supposed to be.
Okay. He could have also just said that you are unable to find these items. And 2, the magic item prices is based entirely on the DM, not on a book that he has.
Yeah, there's like suggested prices,
Yeah.
but it's literally just suggested prices.
Yeah.
It gives
No,
you like
here-
a price range.
Here's the thing. Philip and Eric are just those kind of people. Nothing wrong with them, but Jesus fuck.
We have it on video, sir. But yeah.
And before Eric, for whatever reason, just some wild reason, just pops up onto the stream and is
Yeah, could
watching
you
and hears
imagine?
me say this.
Yeah,
Ain't no way in hell.
Ain't no
No,
way in
no.
hell. I don't think he, like... I think he's tried to get me off of his mind, because after I left the Godfall game, 0 contact.
I mean, same here.
I mean, Sam.
for all yeah. After the Godfall game.
After the
I think
Godfall
any
game,
of
the
us
only
have-
people I've had regular contact with is Andrew, and I checked in on Mary's streams every once in a while.
Fair enough. But that's not what we're here for.
Yeah, we're here
We
to
just-
talk shit about old games.
We just fucking deviated so hard.
On a tangent here.
Yeah. But yeah. That's not
talk
that's
shit about old games that only 3 of us are in.
I'm here for
Really
the
only
secondhand
2 of us.
drama.
not the second hand
True.
drama. True.
Jake was there for a session.
I was there. I was there for 2.
He was there.
Sorry.
He was there long enough to freeze my leg.
Okay, I don't remember this.
Wait, no, it wasn't you. It was Andrew that froze my leg because
True.
I drunkenly stumbled through the brush.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can get back to what we're doing here. So you guys have decided to go with the water gull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
would seem so. We're just not asking any questions.
We're not asking questions.
What happens on the water gull stays on the
I
water
truly
gull.
do think Varus is intently staring at Lyra and Vaerun when they're like, don't ask any questions, just because he knows how they are.
He will open up his ears, just not his mouth.
Good.
Lovely.
During the day, you can wander around on the top deck. Doesn't matter to us. But if we're making a stop, you either stay in the city or you stay below decks.
Phew.
Unless you're leaving, then get off.
Understood.
Your horses will be kept on the bottom deck. We'll bring them back up with this. And they kind of like show a crane in the middle of the actual ship itself. Same with the cart. If you decide to disembark the boat for any reason and not come back, the horse and the cart's ours. Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
At night, stay in your rooms. Don't wander between. That's it. That's all I got. Any questions?
No,
No questions.
feel like this directly contradicts the original rule, so
He gets it. He gets it. Good. Let's head off then. The captain kind of starts wandering over to the actual wheel while everyone else begins all the preparations to get this thing going. As far as you can tell, other than the crew, you guys are the only other passengers.
Were we actually planning to leave today? Like, did we leave anything in our Airbnb?
We took the cart with us.
I will
Okay.
assume you guys took everything with you.
I don't have that many possessions.
But,
I keep everything in a single bag, really.
oh, that's easy enough to do so.
happens to just be a bottomless bag.
True.
Distinctly not bottomless, but yeah, I see your point.
But yeah, as you guys kind of hop on board this on board the water gull with so many questions and the inability to ask them, you begin to set off.
I just
As
look
you
at
guys-
Vaerun. I'll do it.
As you guys head to the edge of the Umber, you can see that the actual gates themselves, at the very bottom section, a hole that is just tall enough for your ship to pass through kind of appears in the actual solid steel wall that had been there previously. And as your ship passes through, right behind it, you can see the wall just kind of remold in on itself and seal. Before your ship has now officially departed Umber and is now making your way down towards Lest Pass. And that is where we'll